Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Ross. Thank you very much for coming in today to my office. And thank you for letting me be your financial planner. I would like to go over the financial plan that I have created for you guys that I think will be best to fit your lifestyle needs. And let me know throughout this process if you guys have any questions while I'm going over this with you. It's very detailed. I won't go over every specific detail with you guys today. I will let you guys go through it once you guys get home, whenever you, at your own convenience, because it is a very detailed plan, but I will go over the major aspects of this financial plan with you guys. And at the end or any time while I'm talking, please feel free to let me know if you guys have any questions. So first, I want to kind of state some of the major things that I saw that you guys would like included within your financial plan. And here are some of those things. I noticed you would like to leave a bequest for Jason, Jenna, and Bregman, prepare living expenses for retirement, plan for paying for Bregman's college, plan for a wedding, plan for buying new cars every 4 years, plan for traveling expenses, make general investment suggestions, plan for future care for Anne, and organize the estate transfer process. And so after kind of reviewing those, I have incorporated this acronym that I've used. It's called SMART, and what it means is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. And kind of incorporating that into this financial plan, I've been able to create goals that are realistic, that I believe that you guys can achieve within a specific amount of time. And so with each goal, I've kept that in mind. And so what I want to go over first is when I was looking over your cash flow statements, I had made some adjustments as far as some of the things within your monthly expenses. So some of those things that I had adjusted were your maintenance, electricity, clothing, dining, entertainment, gifts, and vacation. So I'll start with maintenance. I think that maintenance is kind of high right now. I think it will have to be lowered. And this has a large effect on your cash flow statement. I think that it can be worked on to bring the overall annual cost down. And in this statement, I have all the specific numbers for you guys to go through. Electricity, I believe it's completely necessary. You know, we all need it for our everyday living now, and it could get very costly, especially in the summer when it gets really hot. You know, air conditioning, all that stuff drives it up, and so. But I would be cautious as far as leaving lights on in the house. I know at night it tends to be like the less peak hours where it tends to be cheaper, and so I was just kind of playing around that. I would say just being very efficient with it, and also there's appliances that you can get to bring your electricity down as well. Clothing, I think that the cost of clothing could be minimized per month, especially, which in the end would bring your annual cost down. Unless it's completely necessary, I think that you guys can both save money in this area and put that money into other important aspects in your life. Dining, I think that eating out, especially, not just eating at home, just eating food that you guys make at home, but eating out can be really expensive, and I suggest limiting to this, couple times a week maybe, but it can be very expensive depending on where you go to eat. And cooking at home could be it's a lot cheaper, healthier, but main thing is just the finance side here, and so it can be a lot cheaper once you make your own food at home. And next aspect would be entertainment. I'm not saying cut it out completely at all. Everyone needs entertainment, and so I would just suggest limiting it. Maybe depending on what different activities you do, we can go over that and kind of come up with a plan as far as like alternatives and just kind of a better way to allocate that money. With gifts, I believe you should still be able to give gifts, and I just think that maybe cutting the cost back just a little bit on that, which I really don't want to cut back on that much because I know that's very important, but just cutting back a little bit I think is necessary in order to kind of keep a good budget. With vacations, I think minimizing the vacations just by, say, taking 2 or 3 less vacations a year can save hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on where you decide to take those vacations. And then I think a lot of that money you save from all those expenses could eventually go into an emergency fund. And I would suggest trying to contribute at least $300 a month to cover any unexpected costs that could occur within your lives. Next, I would like to. Sorry, let me find sheet I've been looking over. Okay, so I would like to go over the education plan that I've come up with for Bregman. So he'll be going to college distant future from now, but it will be coming up quick, I'm sure. It'll feel that way at least. And so saving now is very important. And so what I've suggested is investing in a 529 plan. And this plan is a tax-deferred plan. It can be removed from your account tax-free if it's used to pay for higher education. And so married couples may contribute up to $150,000 a year per child. And each state varies with restrictions as well. But there's no income restrictions that exist within this plan. And funds can be transferred to another beneficiary if this child doesn't decide to go to college. So if Bregman doesn't want to go to college, it can be passed on to another person. And so there's 2 types of 529 plans. There's a prepaid plan and a savings plan. So the prepaid tuition plan allows someone to pay for college ahead of time at specific college rates. And this plan will cover tuition and fees. Now, the savings plan is similar to like an IRA. It can be used to pay for things other than tuition and fees, such as room and board, books, etc. And then with that, I would expect this to be in Texas. And I also suggest investing in an age-based portfolio. And this kind of portfolio, it'll adjust the rate or at the rate of a child's age. So as he gets older, stocks within this plan will be shifted from riskier investments towards less risky investments. And so as you guys near retirement and Bregman gets older and closer to going to college, I believe that this will be a great fit for your investment portfolio. Next, I want to go over the risk management part of your financial plan. So going through, I noticed a couple insurance aspects of this plan that you guys do have. And so I noticed that you both have life and disability insurance with your work, which I do suggest sticking with that plan because it is a group plan and that tends to be cheaper rather than going in the individual route. But I do notice that you guys don't have any long-term care, and I think this will be very important for your future. You guys will need this. And Medicare does not cover this type of care, so we can go through options as far as what plans work best with your budget. Umbrella coverage, what this is it will cover any unexpected costs that could be very, very costly, that could put you guys bankrupt. What it can do for just investing just under $1 a day, you can get $1 million worth of coverage per year for such as things like car accidents and any other sort of like unexpected accidents that happen on your property, or things that you're just at fault for. And so with life and disability insurance as well, like I mentioned earlier, I'd suggest that you stick with your company's plan. That will be the best route. Now with auto and health insurance. So auto insurance, I didn't see anything in your plan regarding this, but I would stick with what you guys currently have. It doesn't seem like it's a major concern, but you guys have to have that for your cars. Health insurance, I would enroll in a company healthcare plan if you guys do have one, if you have the opportunity. And this will be able to go throughout your retirement as well. You guys will be able to carry that out once you guys finish working. Next, I want to talk about your guys' retirement planning. So going through the system I use, it's called Money Guide Pro. I was able to input all your information, and it initially gave me a 60% success rate with your guys' current plan that you have. which is not bad, but we'd like that to be more in the 80s. And if it's really good, 90%. So what I did was I did what I could to get it to around that 90% range, which may be asking for kind of a lot, but to be very successful, I thought that would be the best to aim for. And so that's after making adjustments to your plan, some of the adjustments I talked about earlier. I think that will be very good to help you guys within retirement. And another thing I wanted to suggest with Social Security. So I would suggest taking Social Security once after you turn 70. I wouldn't take it any earlier than that, other than 66. If you decide to take it real early at 62, you're cut for your monthly benefits. You don't get as much per month for your retirement. If you wait at 66, that would be your the full age or full retirement age where you could take it out. But if you wait until you're 70, you get even more than when you're at 66. You get more monthly benefits. And so that's why I suggest taking it at age 70. And now I want to go over with you guys your estate. So this is a very important part of the plan, one of the most important in my opinion. Whenever you guys pass on, I'm sure the next generation is going to want to know what to do with your guys' belongings, your estate in general, your house, land in Utopia, cars, investment assets, and cash. And so the multiple people that your estate would be going to, it would be bad if there's any issues within the family as far as who gets what. And so I feel like having a will, which I know you guys have, but maybe updating that if you think there needs to be changes to it, is very important. I also think that adding a trust to it would be very beneficial to list the specifics as far as who gets what, but just making it very, very specific, so then that would take a lot of stress off of the family during that time. Another part I would add to that is making a special needs trust for Anne. Anne will need to be cared for, especially when you guys pass away, and whether that's from the kids or from like a medical facility, that will need to be established. And creating a special needs trust not only will help her get your benefits, but also government funded benefits. So not only will she get yours, the government will also help out as well. And so this will be very important to establish within your guys' will, to add to the trust. And so lastly, I've put together an action plan, and we can talk about the dates as far as if these are achievable or not. But this is what I believe should be accomplished earliest to last thing to accomplish. And so some of the things I've got added in here are setting up college savings plan for Bregman, umbrella coverage, creating a special needs trust for Anne, setting up a trust for the rest of the kids, saving for a wedding, meeting for retirement planning, meeting with me again to talk about different investments and how to reallocate your money and then reinvest it. And then lastly, Social Security, as far as when to remove that. That would be the very last step, in my opinion, in this process. And so after going over all that, feel free to ask me any questions. If you guys don't have any at the moment, take some time, look over this at home. If you guys have any then feel free to call me or email me. You guys know my contact info. But thank you again for letting me be your financial planner. If you have any questions, let me know. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.